Guys, the market is absolutely wild. Everything we talked about over the last year or so is starting to play out. This blue line down here was pretty much the start of the bull run. We had a strong buy from the SMC bot. I said as soon as we break this blue line, it's likely we're going to see a drastic sell-off because the market has rallied. I think the video was up like 1,500% in a couple of years. Absolutely insane. Everyone was getting greedy. Everyone was buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Guys, things can't just go up in a straight line vertically, right? Everything was rallying. Everyone was up. Everyone was in profits. Solana had done like a 3,000%. It was $8, guys. It went to $300. And it's what happened as soon as we broke this level, the market just completely nuked. The SMC bot gave us a sell. It was obviously later than breaking the blue line. That's why I was watching the blue line. And after we had that sell from the SMC bot, pretty much the entire stock market crashed. I think the stock market almost had to be closed because it came down so fast, so much. And I think it almost came down, or might even be over 20% that it came down. Absolutely crazy times. This was the buy zone I was looking at for a relief rally, and I posted in my Discord saying I've opened a long on Solana. It completely rallied. This is the first time I've actually bought spot as well since January. So I haven't been buying any of these dips because I've been waiting for this capitulation. And if you see me start to buy, you know the market is oversold, right? So we started to buy some spot. I'd done my first spot buy of Solana, and I also took a long position on Sol as well. I'm still in that long position. It's around, you can see my smart money crypto account on BingX. It's around 93% on BingX. I also took a trade on MEXC on a little bit more leverage. So I use MEXC for my high leverage and I use BingX for my lower leverage because I know a lot of people are copying me on there and I don't want to get too risky, too degenerate. So slow and steady wins the race on BingX is what I'm doing on my copy trade account. And if you go to trade history, this is all public, guys. Like I'm literally doing this in real time. You can go and see all of my trades. So 36% gain, 1.4, 33%, 33%, 2.4, 72%, 93%, 98%, 77%, 69. I mean, look, 69, 109, 14, 68, 31, 88, 41. Let's go to the next page. Guys, we've been absolutely printing short in this market from the top. We started shorting Bitcoin around 105k. We started shorting Solana at $250. And this is my first buy at 100, and there's a couple of losses here. On Super, yeah, Super, I got wrecked on that. But again, it was only a small trade, and I'd won so much that I could afford to take a couple of L's. So yeah, loads and loads of success lately short in this market. I've just flipped into a long, and I'm planning to hold this. I did take my initial out of the Solana long. It went up 200% in a very short amount of time. And I took the long out on BingX as well. So you can see here, guys, it went up to like $20,000 pretty much straight after we entered. I got in around 101.43, and I think my BingX trade I got in around 102, and then the price after that just completely rallied. I think it's at like 111 or something now. Why did I take a long? Well, guys, things don't just come down in a straight line, just as they don't go up in a straight line, right? You'll get some sort of a relief rally off the back of this. The problem is with crashing this much, guys, is it's very unlikely you're going to V-shaped recovery like this. You're going to need a colossal amount of money. You're going to need tariffs to come to an end. You're going to need a deal with China. You're going to need everything to flip. And unfortunately, when you have these kind of sell-offs, you're normally going to chop and range here for quite a while before trying to get to the upside, okay? Hey, maybe we even just chop down here for a while and everyone gets bored out of their minds. Don't forget, we do have sell in May, go away approaching as well. So it'd be very unusual to V-shape recovery into sell in May, go away, just because psychologically it's a bearish month, and I'd be very surprised to see a lot of buying and selling May, go away. But we are very, very much oversold, and relief rallies follow. And hey, if the S&P moves up like this, the SMC weekly now is rolling around like this. If the S&P moves up like this, you know, the trend is your friend until the end. And, you know, I think we're going to get a lot of people taking profits on these pumps and relief rallies for some time, unless Donald Trump can pull something out. So we do have to be taking TA with a pinch of salt at the moment. And I think it's important to look at the macro and the technical analysis and the on-chain data, right? We've got the smart money data as well. We can see what all of the insiders are doing, what all of the whales are doing. As we did recently, right? I took a trade the other day. I took a short position because we could see the smart money were actually selling. So we actually spotted the ETH move yesterday. On-chain data is basically literally made hundreds of thousands from signals like this. So yeah, absolutely. I've made around over $300,000 from shorting Bitcoin around the top when we saw a lot of the smart money starting to sell. And you can see here, the smart money actually started moving. This is just one signal. There was loads of these signals, guys. They started moving and selling a lot of Ethereum, and a lot of people were going into wrapped BTC. A lot of traders were going into smart money. All of a sudden, right, there was this massive confluence. So I said, why so much sending ETH and going into wrapped BTC, expecting an ETH crash, and then shortly after, it completely died. I mean, this was 200% at this price, and it came down to like, I think it came down into the 1400s, guys. So yeah, it's been absolutely wild. Yeah, the on-chain data is also going to help us navigate this market and take trades accordingly. Again, none of the information in this video is financial advice, guys. Do your own research. Investing in crypto is highly risky. You can lose all of your money investing in crypto. So where's Sol at now? 111. So did we nail the bottom? Nobody knows, guys. Nobody knows. We might have actually sold the top and bought the bottom. We sold somewhere around here, and then this is my first spot buy. So sold around 250, and then we're buying back in around 100. We don't know whether we bought the bottom. I mean, it's a massive psychological level. You know, we had all of this previous buys round here. There is big support here. $100 is a big psychological number. The buy pressure is going through the roof. There was something off with this move because the volume was actually trending down and the price was coming down. So there was something fishy about this whole move, and we know that a lot of it actually came down because of the S&P. The S&P pretty much came down because of tariffs. It would be very, very, very normal to see a relief rally and a recovery and a bounce right now. And hey, maybe we did long the bottom. Maybe we break through and maybe we climb back up into the end of the year, into the bull run, and then yes, that would be a phenomenal trade. Would I be holding my long position all the way up here? Probably not, guys. I'd probably be taking profits, because hey, no one knows what's going to happen. I've already taken my initial out, right? It's free money anyway. I can't lose on the trade anymore. So I am always about de-risking, because hey, maybe Donald Trump comes out next week and puts 1,000% tariff on China. Then we know the market's probably going to come down even further. One thing I will say about Solana, it's looking awfully similar to last cycle, right? It's looking awfully similar to last cycle. Sorry, this is BTC. Let's have a look at Sol USDT. And let's hide all this mess because it's so messy on here. Can we hide the drawings? That's better. Okay, let's hide the drawings. Let's get the SMC bot on here. Here we go. It's looking awfully similar, right, to last cycle. It's one thing that does scare me. This is why I don't want to get too bullish. It's looking awfully similar, and it's very hard for a price to come down. Almost 70%, guys. Almost a 70% correction. You're talking about almost bear market prices, right? We had a buy signal from the SMC bot down here. Let me get rid of these drawings because these are annoying. We had a buy signal from the SMC bot down here. The sell signal was the start of the bear market. Buy signal from the SMC bot. This is where we bought Solana around $23. We actually sold before the SMC bot, so we've done well this cycle. We sold around 250 up here. The SMC bot gave us a sell at 177. is this the start of the bear market? Nobody knows, right? Nobody knows. And there'll be a lot of people like, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, guys. I'm not saying we're going into a bear market. I'm just saying I buy dumps, which this most certainly was a dump, and I sell pumps, and this most certainly was a pump. And then I buy dumps, and then I'm going to sell the pump, okay? I'm going to sell into this pump. I'm not going to sit here and wonder if we are at the start of a bear market or a bull run, or sorry, going into the end of a bull run, because look what happened here, right? Look what happened here. Everyone thought this was the bottom. Everyone thought we were going into another wave, we were going to push up to all-time highs, and then what happens? Everyone sold it, and everyone got absolutely wrecked, and it came all the way down to $8. And I don't want to be that sucker. I've made a lot of money buying a Solana down here. This was my first sell, so I took profits up here. This was my second sell. I sold 50% of my bags up here, and I'm trading it. I'm going to trade it all the way down or up, right? Regardless. Nobody knows. So I have a strategy for either outcome. Am I putting all of my bags back into Solana? Absolutely not, guys. I'm not giving all of the gains I've made back to Solana this deep into a bull run. The time, in my opinion, to make life-changing money is in the bear market, which is this long, drawn-out sideways period. It takes a very long time for this to play out. And everyone loses their mind because there's just no gains here. There's no gains. You just go sideways. You take longs, you get wrecked. You get shorts, you get wrecked. You get long, short, wrecked. You try and buy meme coin, it goes down 90%. It's the worst time. And for me personally, it's the best time to accumulate and not try and make money and actually just build positions and load up. When everything's down 90-95%, that's where I plan to accumulate. But I'm going to trade this downwards because it's such a volatile time. If you took a short here, printed, short here, printed, short here, printed. Even a short here, you absolutely printed, right? Until you go into this sideways period, there is still a gains to be made by long in and short in these swings. And it's not easy, right? It's not easy. You're not going to win every trade. But as you've seen, guys, we've been killing it. And this is partly because of the on-chain data, right? It's partly because we can see the smart money, we can see the insiders buying and selling, that we have a little bit more of an advantage over the market than a lot of the others. You can see here my sell video that I posted recently. Been shorting ever since. We saw loads of red flags on chain. We saw the smart money, the insiders all started selling. The hedge funds were shorting, and hey, shock. People were saying the hedge funds don't know what they're doing. They're going to get liquidated. In my opinion, this cycle, the smart money have always moved first short around the 21st, 22nd. Yeah, we've started to flip short around the 21st, 22nd of January. So let's look where BTC was around there. Did we make the right or wrong decision? So 21st of January was here, around 105k BTC. Almost literally nailed the top of that pivot point there, and you've just been absolutely printing on the way down. Solana, 21st of January was literally this spike here. So around $250, and it's now 124, right? So we've absolutely nailed these pivot points so far, guys. Will this pivot point here, $100 hold? So far, so good, right? So far, so good. We bounced off that. We bounced off the 200-week moving average to the T. Look at that. Exactly down to the 200 moving average. This was my buy range. And it was so hard to wait, right? It was so hard to wait. We've been longing and shorting all the way down, but I was waiting for us to come into this box to actually buy spot. I was interested in this 110 level, and then we had the tariff stuff come out as well. So, yeah, have we longed the bottom? Time will tell. Am I going to hold it forever? Absolutely not. Pigs get slaughtered. Pigs get slaughtered on the way down. So they buy up here. They get sucked into the FOMO. And then pigs get slaughtered on the bounces because they don't take profits. So just trying to get slow wins, small wins. I mean, I say small wins. We've made a lot of money on this short in this market. But small wins into stable coins, ready for the bear market. Now I'm getting bear market ready, okay? Because we're not even far from bear market prices. I mean, we're closer to the bear market than we are to any kind of bull run. I mean, I would start buying Solana at an 80% correction, and it's not far, guys. It came down 70%, right? So, it's not. We're so close to bear market prices. It does make me wonder when is everyone going to start saying, okay, we're in a bear market? Because by the time everyone starts saying, okay, I think we're in a bear market, we might actually be at the bottom of the bear market, right? So yeah, that's what I'm doing for now. And yeah, if you don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, to the video to stay up to date with the latest so you don't miss out on any of these videos. If you want to see all my buy and sell alerts, head over to my X and you can see the links to jump in with us. There's a free Telegram here as well. It's completely free, this Telegram, guys. You can see all of my buy alerts, all of my trades. You can get access to smart alerts as well. So you see how on chain here we have smart money alerts. You guys can see all of this in real time. So you get notified when the smart money are buying and selling altcoins, and we can see what they're up to, right? Because they tend to move first, right? If they all start selling or all start buying, usually the price is going to go up or down shortly after, or has done from history. I mean, look at some of these sells, guys. We sold OLAS here. I put cellular OLAS, sold all OLAS. It may keep pumping, made so much money, and better to chuck it into some low cap plays. Also full of VCs who keep DCAing out. Okay, so everyone was telling me I was making a big mistake. Everyone's saying you're going to get wrecked, you don't know what you're doing, and then look what happened. Like, look at the price now, 30 cents, and we sold it $7.40. 30 cents. Look at the state of it. Like, most altcoins are already in a bear market, guys. When you're in the bull run, most people don't actually realize that they're in a bull run. And we were able to detach from that euphoria, from that up only, from that, oh, we're going higher, and we're actually able to take some profits off the table, which is one of the hardest things to do. I don't want to say it was easy. It was very difficult. And I even said on a lot of these posts, look, it may just keep going higher. I've made more money than I need, right? I've made more than 10x my portfolio, which is more than I wanted to do. I'm very, very happy. I'm going to take some profits off the table. Everything's been going up for a long time. At some point, this is going to end. Okay, so don't forget, guys. Do not be greedy. If you messed up this cycle, that's fine, right? Especially if it's your first cycle, it's not easy. I made many bad plays in my first cycle, and then you just learn for your second cycle. I'm ready for my first cycle. I know that much. But you just learn and you get experienced. Even myself, this cycle, I've become so much more experienced than I was last cycle. And after using Nansen and leveraging Nansen, I mean, and the SMC bot now, we've upgraded the SMC bot. I'm so ready for next cycle. That's where my focus is right now. I'm not trying to make short-term gains right now. At the end of the bull run, in the last year of the bull run, why would I do that? It's a game of chicken. I know it's going to crash. I'd rather buy and accumulate when we know the next 3 years are likely to be upwards, right? We know in the next 2 or 3 years we're going to be heading into a bull run. I'd rather buy when everything's down 80-90%, and the markets aren't going anywhere, right? They're not going to escape. They're not going anywhere. So yeah, if you want to jump in and see these signals and these buy alerts and sell alerts, jump into the Patreon. Yeah, until then, I will catch you in the next one.